Hey there, comrades. Tonight we're diving into something that might seem about as exciting as watching paint dry in Siberia, the Russian military. Now, before you change the channel faster than a politician changes their stance on campaign finance reform, hear me out. Understanding the Russian military isn't just about knowing how many tanks they have or how far their missiles can fly. It's about understanding a country that's been a major player on the world stage for centuries. It's about understanding a country that's currently embroiled in a conflict with its neighbor, Ukraine. And it's about understanding a country that has the potential to seriously shake things up globally. So why should we care? Because what happens in Russia rarely stays in Russia. Their military actions, their capabilities, their weaknesses, all of it has ripple effects that can be felt around the world. Whether it's influencing global politics, impacting international trade, or even shaping the future of warfare itself, the Russian military is a force to be reckoned with. And trust me, you don't want to be caught off guard when a bear this big decides to flex its muscles. The Russian military, much like a larder, has a long and storied history. It's a history marked by both moments of glorious victory and crushing defeat, often against seemingly insurmountable odds. From the days of the Tsars to the rise and fall of the Soviet Union, the Russian military has always been shaped by the country's unique geography, its political climate, and its sense of national identity. In the early days, it was the Cossacks, fierce horsemen with a penchant for guerrilla warfare, who defended the vast Russian steppes. Then came Peter the Great, a Tsar with a thing for modernization, who transformed the Russian army into a formidable force modeled after Western European armies. This paved the way for victories against the Swedes and the Ottomans, expanding Russia's territory and influence. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we see the Russian military playing a pivotal role in both world wars. The brutality of the Eastern Front in World War I, followed by the even more devastating conflict of World War II, showcased the resilience and fighting spirit of the Russian soldier, as well as the sheer scale of their sacrifices. After World War II, the Soviet Union emerged as a superpower, locked in a decades-long Cold War with the United States. This era saw the Soviet military transformed once again, this time into a nuclear-armed behemoth capable of projecting power far beyond its borders. Now let's talk about the present. What makes the Russian military tick in the 21st century? Well, despite what some Western analysts might have you believe, it's not all just rusty AK-47s and outdated tanks. The Russian military, while facing its fair share of challenges, still packs a punch. One of Russia's biggest strengths is its sheer size. With over 1 million active personnel and a reserve force nearly twice that size, they have manpower in spades. This allows them to field a large standing army, conduct extensive military exercises, and sustain operations over prolonged periods. Then there's the nuclear arsenal. Russia boasts the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world, a chilling reminder of their destructive capabilities. While the use of such weapons is hopefully unthinkable, their very existence gives Russia a certain gravitas on the world stage that can't be ignored. Beyond nukes, Russia excels in areas like electronic warfare, cyber warfare, and anti-aircraft defense systems. They've invested heavily in these areas in recent years, and their capabilities have been on full display in conflicts like the Syrian civil war and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. And let's not forget about their geographical advantage. Russia is massive, spanning 11 time zones and encompassing a diverse range of terrains, from frozen tundra to soaring mountains. This makes invading and conquering Russia a logistical nightmare for any potential adversary. Section 4, chinks in the armor where the bear falters. But hold your horses, comrade. Let's talk about Russia's military weaknesses. One glaring issue is reliance on aging equipment. Much of it dates back to the Soviet era. Corruption is another challenge. It siphons off funds needed for modernization. Training and morale are also issues. Training often falls short of Western standards. Low morale, especially in Ukraine, raises concerns. Sanctions hinder acquiring advanced technologies. This impacts their ability to modernize long-term. Section 5, Shiny New Toys, Russia's military tech. Now, despite all the talk of rusty AKs and outdated tanks, Russia hasn't been completely asleep at the wheel when it comes to military modernization. In recent years, they've been pouring resources into developing new weapons systems and technologies designed to give them an edge on the battlefield of the future. One area where Russia has made significant strides is hypersonic missiles. These bad boys are capable of traveling at speeds exceeding Mach 5, making them incredibly difficult to intercept. Russia claims to have already deployed hypersonic missiles such as the Avangard and the Kinzhal, which could potentially give them a significant advantage in any future conflict. Another area of focus has been unmanned aerial vehicles or drones. Russia has been developing and deploying a range of drones for both reconnaissance and combat roles. These drones have already seen action in Syria and Ukraine, providing valuable intelligence and carrying out airstrikes. Russia has also been investing in advanced electronic warfare systems designed to disrupt enemy communications, radar and GPS systems. Their electronic warfare capabilities were on full display in eastern Ukraine, where they effectively jammed Ukrainian communications and blinded their radar systems. And let's not forget about cyber warfare. Russia has become a major player in the cyber domain with sophisticated capabilities to conduct cyber espionage, disinformation campaigns, and even disruptive cyber attacks. Their cyber activities have targeted governments, businesses, and critical infrastructure around the world, highlighting the growing importance of this domain in modern warfare. Section 6, Bear in the Room, Russia's Army and the World. All right, so we've covered the basics of Russia's military might and its shortcomings, but the real question is, what does it all mean for the rest of us? Well, buckle up, because Russia's military posture has some pretty significant geopolitical implications. First off, Russia's military actions in recent years, particularly in Ukraine and Syria, have sent shockwaves through the international community. These actions have challenged the existing world order and raised serious concerns about Russia's willingness to use military force to achieve its geopolitical objectives. Secondly, Russia's military modernization efforts, particularly in areas like hypersonic missiles and electronic warfare, are shifting the balance of power. These advancements are forcing other countries, particularly the United States and its NATO allies, to re-evaluate their own military capabilities and strategies to counter these emerging threats. Thirdly, Russia's growing assertiveness on the world stage has led to a renewed focus on great power competition. The United States and its allies are increasingly concerned about Russia's efforts to expand its influence in regions like the Arctic, the Middle East, and Eastern Europe. This has led to increased military spending, deployments and exercises, raising the spectre of a new Cold War. And lastly, Russia's military activities have highlighted the changing nature of warfare itself. The lines between conventional warfare, cyber warfare and information warfare are becoming increasingly blurred. Russia's willingness to use a hybrid approach, combining military force with cyber attacks, disinformation campaigns and economic coercion, poses a unique challenge to the international community. The future of the bear and what it means. What's the future of the Russian military and what does it mean for the rest of the world? Russia remains committed to maintaining a strong military. Expect investments in hypersonic weapons, electronic warfare and unmanned systems. However, modernization efforts face economic and technological challenges. The geopolitical implications will continue to concern the international community. Understanding the Russian bear is essential for understanding the world today.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.